Welcome everybody to Get Your Geek On. This is your comic edition here. This is your host Aaron, and I'm here with Victoria from Comics Call to Action. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just here bored.
I mean, aren't we all?
Quarantine is kicking my butt.
We are all here bored, and welcome to our new show, guys. This is one all about comic books. We're going to cover stuff that's come out, stuff you should be reading, what you should be keeping an eye out for, because there's a lot coming out when it comes to all these comics. And guess what? We're all quarantined right now. We're all sitting at home because of this virus sitting here. So we figured, hey, let's help you get a start on where you should read. And you're an admin for Comic Call to Action, right? So what do you guys do? What do y'all talk about?
Basically, it's just a whole slew of things when it comes to comics. We do versus battles, who would win. We go by. We do have discussions on it. We have a discussion post and then we vote. And basically getting people to think about the characters and do some research on them and kind of get to know the characters. And we try to expand from comics to anime characters, and it all depends.
Yeah.
But mainly it's about not anime.
Oh.
Sorry, comic book characters.
I think she forgot which group she's part of now.
Right.
So,
my brain is scrambled.
I mean, mine's right there with you. So we wanted to bring out some comics to you guys. I know, especially for a lot of you who probably haven't been sitting at home for the last 10 years doing nothing but not being nerds. You don't know where to start. Where should I pick up a comic at? What storyline should I pick up? Who should I listen to? And that's where you should come here and check out what we think are comics you should be reading. And I want you to start it off. So I know you've been reading comics. You have the Marvel Unlimited. So you have access to basically every Marvel comic. So right now, give me one of your reads right now, and then we'll go to one of mine, and we'll bounce back and forth. So what do you have for us right now?
Okay, so right now what I'm in the middle of reading is a Winter Soldier comic, and it is dealing with him trying to redeem himself through actions of helping other people who have gone down a bad path. And he clashes with a younger version of himself that Hydra tried to create, and he's trying to help him turn his life around. It's a really good redemption arc for Bucky himself. I found it by accident. I was looking for a different set that I had started reading, and I actually had originally picked up a comic at Texas Toys in Corpus. So it was something I was like, oh, this is interesting, and I started reading it, and I am not done yet. I have 2 more issues before I finish it off, but it's really, really good.
Okay, well, that sounds like a fun one. I mean, there's plenty out there, and that sounds like a good start to go with. Mine right now, one of my favorite reads, and I know you're not a big fan of DC, but I love Terry McGinnis's Batman. So there's a comic called Batman Beyond. This series started back in 2016, restarted back in 2016, but I think you can get into it now because the new story arc that they're running is no longer Terry being Batman, but now a new female character picking up the mantle. Batman Beyond is set in the future where Bruce Wayne was too old to actually be Batman, so he passed the mantle down to Terry McGinnis, who has a new suit, new gadgets, and we're talking 21st century kind of stuff where he flies on his own, he doesn't need grappling hooks, and the suit kind of gives him a little bit of a superpower edge. So you got superpower edge mixed with the detective mind of Bruce Wayne still. So I recommend picking that one up, especially if you wanted to check out a new series. About July of last year is when they started the new story arc. So you're only about 6 issues behind roughly. You can easily find those online through DC's website or through your comic book store to check those out. So yeah, I think that would be a good read. That storyline's actually, I think, almost finished up because the way the last issue ended, where Terry might be coming back, it looks like. So you may even just wait a month or so and bam, you can pick up a new storyline. But I know you're a huge Bucky fan anyway, though, right? That's kind of why you always stick with him.
Yeah, I tend to be a really Winter Soldier fan. I've read several of his comics, but I also have been picking up some Black Widow and some Unbeatable Squirrel Girl.
Ooh, she beats Thanos, I think, in one comic too.
Yes. The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl it's amazing. It's a really great thing to pick. like she's funny, but at the same time she's like incredibly strong. Like she's overpowered, but she does it in a way that it's not cringy. You know, it's
Yeah.
she's got this sense of humor that you're laughing the entire time you're reading. You know,
Ooh.
it's witty. You know, it's a really good series to pick up if you like to laugh.
Yeah.
But the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl is one of my favorite characters. I actually recently got an action figure of her because like I don't do action figures often.
Squirrel
But
Girl.
like I saw it and I had to have it. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's funny. I didn't know that part. That's
Yeah,
kind of
I do.
hilarious.
I have that, and I have a Bucky Barnes pop, and I am just lacking a Black Widow figurine. So hopefully I'll have that soon.
That'll be cool. So Squirrel Girl, like, what's her power? You said she's unbeatable, and there's comics right now with her coming out, right? Like, you just picked one up or read one, or what?
Yeah, I actually just searched it in the Marvel Unlimited app, and there's two different ones that I've seen, and they're a little bit older, but the style is very cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
The style is very cartoony, and it suits her. Her powers are she's like incredibly strong. She's actually beat up Thor and the Hulk because they were fighting, and so she went to stop them, and she beats them both up.
That's kind of funny.
Know, she's strong.
Yeah.
And she can also speak to squirrels, which I think is the craziest power in the world. I've got a background with squirrels. It's not great. So,
weren't you attacked by a squirrel, I think?
Yes, I was.
That's what I thought. I thought I remembered that.
I think they're adorable. They don't like me too much.
Squirrel powers.
Yeah, like she speaks to them. She's able to get them to like help her, and she calls out to them, and they'll come and rush her enemies, and it's really cool. Like I want an army of squirrels
that don't attack you, obviously. Instead,
that don't obviously.
Well,
but yeah, the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl is definitely something worth looking into.
That's cool. I mean, that's definitely one I'd have to check out myself. I have never read her. I just know some of her feats that she's done. One that I actually was picked up, I think it came out last week. No, this week.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever week this is. The 18th, I think, came out, called Outlawed. So right off the pages of Incoming, which was like a little, I guess like a one-shot, you could say. These follows kind of some of the new warriors who are now considered to be outlaws. Miles Morales, Ms. Marvel, and Nova, Richard Rider. Not Richard Rider, Sam. I forgot. Richard is not here anymore. So, yeah, it follows them, and basically the U.S. passes the law that basically shakes the Marvel Universe to its core, and the world has enough of teen heroes, and the crackdown has begun. And they're coming after this new generation of essentially new warriors. Yeah, these guys used to be part of it, and now they're outlaws. So I recommend that one, especially, like, again, we're all quarantined right now. I know I keep saying that, but, I mean, why not? Number one just dropped. So, I mean, if you need any place to start, now's the time, right? I mean...
Yeah, that definitely sounds like something I would be into.
I know, and we were talking about this off the record. You were talking about Miles Morales, how you like him as Spider-Man, even though he sucks. I had a cough right there. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I love Nova. Like I used to love Richard Rider. He was one of my favorites, and now we have Sam taking over the mantle, and he's been really good too. I really like him as Nova. So it's kind of cool that they're going to be the outlaws, though, essentially, and I bet you it's going to be one of those ones you have to really see what's going on with these characters, how they're handling everything, because the new warriors, they're used to being chased, especially during the Civil War time. There's a comic book based on the movie. Well, the movie's based off the comic, I should say. So if you ever read that, the New Warriors is what kicked off the Civil War in the comic world, and you can see how the New Warriors and all that started it, and why we're here where we're at now with Outlawed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. I like that. And especially, like I said, Incoming came out, I believe, in December. It's another one shot you can definitely pick up if you want to get the background of it. So I recommend picking up that.
That does sound really interesting. Yeah, that sounds like something I would be interested in. As far as that goes, the Civil War comics are just really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I did recently read those, and they're older comics, but they're totally worth the read.
Oh, yeah.
Again, I found them all on the Marvel Unlimited app. And they're a little hard to read. They're a little hard to read because the characters are these characters that we know and love, but to see them at war with each other, it's a little rough. But it is a really good read. It's worth it.
I remember reading that when they first came out. I actually have a poster behind me that none of y'all can see, but it's the Civil War poster where Cap's in the middle holding his shield down. It has some blood on it. Iron Man on the left, and it says, "Whose side are you on?" And it's all of Iron Man's on one side, all of Cap's on the other. Because that was a big event during the Marvel Civil War. That was about 10.
What?
Oh, I was always Team Iron Man. Like, you know what? And so I'm gonna plug my other show in here right now, and go check out Get Your Geek On. And we actually have the MCU retrospective review where we actually do talk about Captain America: Civil War. That actually comes out in a couple of weeks if it's depending when you listen to this podcast. But yeah, nice. I was always Team Iron Man, and I even said that in that video. I'm Team Iron Man. Cap was in the wrong. I'm sorry.
See, I've always been Team Cap. I think I have my opinions, and I'm going to keep them to myself. But
yeah, no, Iron Man's right. Yeah, you got it.
Iron Man. No. I do love Iron Man, but it was very wrong.
Iron Man is never wrong. He's like me. We're never wrong. We're always right. So, hey,
yeah, sure.
You guys took the Punisher on y'all's side. That's all I'm saying. And, he's kind of psychotic, just like y'all know. So, it was a good read.
I don't know. The Punisher stepped out of line and Cap took care of it. So, I'm just saying.
He's still, he's a killer. But anyway, so getting off of Civil War, because I think we're going to have a rant about that.
Oh, yeah. We'll be here forever on just Civil War in itself.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. And that's a good comic. Maybe we can talk about that on another podcast, too. Like, just the Civil War and what y'all should read.
That'd be great.
Let us know what you think if y'all want to hear that. But, with all of that, we also have the New Warriors themselves dropping a comic book next month. I believe that comes out mid-April. And that's going to follow the new heroes who've taken up the mantle. And now I don't know, and the reason I want to bring it up, because I don't know if you've kept up with any of the New Warriors stuff, but they actually have a new team coming in. And I want to know what you think of the new heroes' names. I'm going to read out the names to you, and I want to know your reaction. Okay. So the first one, his name is Screen Time. He's a new one. He's a meme-obsessed super teen whose brain became connected to the internet after becoming exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas. Now he can see augmented reality and real-time maps and can instantly Google any fact. So that's his power. So then,
I mean, that sounds useful. Like, I want that power.
I mean, yeah, Google anything. I need to know how to make a cake. All right, now I know how to do it.
Right, Google, like, implanted Google. That sounds like an awesome power.
He would win every trivia contest out there. I just realized that. He'd go out and make millions, just like play trivia all night, and he'd win.
Yeah, that would that would be an awesome power to have. That's pretty cool, and it kind of fits with the modern times.
It does,
considering we rely on Google for like everything.
Exactly. So here, I'm gonna skip these two for a second. We have B Negative. He's a new one. It says a teen living vampire exposed to Michael Morbius's blood as a child in a rogue but life-saving medical procedure. He still ages like a regular kid, but has all the abilities of Morbius. He's also obsessed with the music and attitude of classic, long past decades like the 90s and the 00s. The world is a vampire, and so am I. So apparently, me and you lived a long time ago.
I was gonna say, wow, I'm ancient, and so are you.
I mean, that would make me ancient-er, because I'm older than you, so I don't know what that puts me at.
Yeah, that's true. This is true. You're ancient, I'm old.
I mean, I'm dirt. So, I think that puts your husband and me at dirt. I think that's what that puts us at. Like, we're just dirt, and you're ancient. Thanks. So.
Oh, my gosh, that's hilarious.
That's interesting.
I'm not sure, actually, how I feel about that character. It kind of feels like just Morbius just kind of fits for...
It sounds like
I don't know. I guess I would have to read it.
Well, next month you'll be able to.
It kind of feels like it's just. It kind of feels like it's just Morbius all over again.
Yeah,
but,
like a modern one. Yeah, it's like a modern Morbius. Like if he was 15 or something. So the next character they're bringing out is called Trailblazer. She's a regular kid scooped up into the world of teenage superheroing. Her magic backpack is actually a pocket dimension with seemingly infinite space, from which she can pull out useful or random objects. It's not always under her control. She claims to get her powers from a god, but not the god you're thinking of. So she has a bag of random things from D&D, or a bag of unlimited holding. And
I was about to say, it's like
just
Dora the Explorer mixed with like Dungeons and Dragons.
Dora. I don't know if I like that. So your power is, dear God, I hope whatever I can pull out of this backpack is useful. I pulled out a paperclip. Son of a, I mean, like, that's
kind of sounds like
ridiculous.
me in a D&D session. Like, seriously.
Yeah, that
Like,
one. I don't know.
that sounds like my luck. I don't know. I guess we'll take a look. It could give you some good laughs though.
Well,
I mean, like,
no, go ahead. Sorry.
it could be something. No, you're good. It could be something, that could give us some good laughs. I mean, you can imagine like being in a situation where you need like some massive weapon and you pull out like a rubber duck.
Rubber ducky,
And
you're
like
the one. You make bad time.
yeah, it turns out like the rubber ducky has this like insane like laser beam or something of power that when you squeeze it, that would be
hilarious.
That would be great,
I can see that.
There's potential. There's potential for it to be, entertaining.
That's true. And
it depends on the writer, to be honest.
It really will. And then there's two new characters. Now, these two characters have actually caught the spotlight a little bit because of their names. And I don't know if you've caught it at all, but I actually heard about it and I was like, who the heck are these? So this is kind of what got me in the New Warriors. Her name is Snowflake. His name is Safe Space. They're psychic twins. All twins are psychic, but we're psychic.
Wow.
Snowflake is a cryokinetic, can materialize snowflake-shaped shuriken projectiles for throwing. Safe Space can materialize pink force fields, but he cannot inhabit them himself. The reflex only works if he's protecting others. They're hyper aware of modern culture and optics, and they see their superheroics as a post-ironic meditation on using violence to combat bullying. They're probably streaming this.
Wow.
So that's Snowflake and Safe Space. So this rounds out our team of the New Warriors.
Wow. I don't even know how to respond to that one. That's kind of like
keeping my fingers crossed that you hadn't heard about this at all, because I was like, I wonder if she has.
No, I hadn't, and I kind of feel like, oh my god, like I don't even know how to respond to those characters.
Yeah, those two I think are going to be the ones going to catch controversy. I think the rest of them,
definitely.
I think Screen Time sounds cool. I agree with you. We're all into Google. He's the perfect modern age superhero. That's going to be an interesting take. Be negative. We'll see how he does. Maybe it's another Morbius kind of person. Trailblazer, I think you're right. If the writers do her right and just make her more of like the comic relief, like a Deadpool kind of funny, that would be kind of cool. But yeah, Snowflake and Safe Space, I don't know.
I kind of feel like that's going to cause some problems. Now, I mean, frankly, myself, it's not something I would have done. I kind of feel like it's mocking people.
Exactly. So we'll see.
And that's a good way to lose.
And sometimes
fans are.
And that's true. But sometimes controversy sells, and that's
I
don't know.
Controversy does sell. That sometimes it does sell, especially in this day and age. A lot of changes are made, and sometimes they don't go well, and sometimes they do. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of noise about those two characters, Safe Space and Snowflake. I feel like it's gonna. I don't know. It could go either way.
Yeah,
to be honest,
it can, and we'll see. I guess where it goes. But I was keeping my fingers crossed. I was like, I hope she hasn't heard this one at all.
No, I hadn't heard. I actually hadn't heard of any of those yet. I am a little bit behind on the newer stuff. So I'm still reading the older stuff, but I'm definitely gonna have to look into those.
Yeah, and that's perfect.
I want to see how they come out.
It's kind of perfect that you are a little behind, because my older knowledge is like way old, like in the 70s and 80s and some 90s, and yours is kind of like the last 10 years, 20 years maybe. So it works perfectly. But yeah, that one comes out. Oh, there it is, April 15th. I had to double check the dates on that. So I'm sure for your streaming one, it comes out the same day, I think. There's the hard copies.
Maybe.
So
I'll
definitely
have to check it out.
Yeah, definitely I'll check that one out, guys. And what else have you been reading? Do you have another one that you can talk about or mention?
Yeah, I've got okay, so Hawkeye. I've actually been reading a lot of Hawkeye, particularly the Matt Fraction Hawkeye.
Okay.
that is my favorite. It's from 2012, but it is like Clint Barton is a walking disaster, and it's amazing. Like it's hilarious. It's like Barton at his most Barton you know. It's I don't know how to explain it, but it's hilarious. It's like Hawkeye in his truest form, and then it goes into you know, Kate Bishop's Hawkeye, which is something we should, or that's something that we will be gearing up for in the future, is the whole switch to Kate Bishop. Or I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but yeah, the Matt Fraction Hawkeye is amazing. It's hilarious. While it's a lot of action, it's also got a lot of comedy to it, and you basically get to see Hawkeye as the way Hawkeye should be.
Okay.
While he's a walking like garbage fire disaster of a person, but he's so awesome at the same time. So I mean, this guy lives off of coffee and sarcasm. Like it's just, I feel
not like your husband at all.
I think that could be why I like it. the sarcasm levels are great, but he's a walking dumpster fire, but he is amazing. Like the character himself, you get to see Barton as he should be.
Yeah.
I love the Barton that we got, but this is Barton. Like this is Hawkeye at his purest. It's an amazing series. I really enjoyed it.
That's cool. I mean, I like Barton. I've always been an Oliver fan, but I still like Barton. And I know we've had this discussion about who would win, and I kind of agree with you. Barton would probably kill Oliver Queen any day of the week, but I guess.
Yeah, see, I have this. I've had this discussion with my husband, and it doesn't go well because he's like all like Oliver Queen.
Oh, I am too.
And so we're a house divided on that one.
I mean, same here. Like we definitely, I'm with him on that, but I know when Oliver's beat, he's not gonna beat Hawkeye. But he could always just throw a bunch of money at Barton, and he'll eventually just say, "Okay, I'll stop fighting you," and roll over and die. So
Barton would be like, I need a nap. Like
whatever. He'd be like, "Look, here's $2 million. Your family's not set for life. What else you want?" And he'd be like, "Oh, okay, I'll lay down for you," and that's what he'll do. Let's face it, Barton's not the richest guy in the world.
No, Barton is not the richest guy in the world. He does make quite a bit of money, but he tends to just kind of give it away. Well, he's like, whatever.
His wife probably doesn't like that, so
He doesn't have a wife.
He
doesn't have a wife. It's the greatest part about Clint Barton is that he has commitment issues.
So
the Matt Fraction's Hawkeye has like a string of exes that are like a mile long.
Doesn't he have a kid though?
He talks
or not?
to most of them. No, that's just MCU.
Okay. No, I thought who was the girl he was training one time in the comics? Wasn't that his daughter? Or was that someone else?
Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
Kate Bishop is actually just somebody that he met. I can't remember exactly how he met her. I'm actually looking for those comics right now. But he does train her to take his place, and she's an orphan, or no, she's not an orphan. I believe she's got a family, but she's very they're very rich, but she wants to live her own life.
Oh, okay.
So she's kind of she gets mixed up with Clint Barton, and I don't know how. So I'm trying to find this comic because I want to know how that gets started.
After Civil War comic, because she confronts him in the Civil War because he's dressed up as Captain America, and Captain is the one who essentially gives Kate the Hawkeye costume. So I don't. They go from there, but I thought that was his daughter though.
No. Probably that's probably what they're gonna do with the MCU, but no.
Gotcha.
It's just she's somebody that he just takes in as after his Ronin time, after his time as Ronin, and those are some other comics that I actually need to find during that time. The whole Ronin bit. I know there's several characters who have been Ronin.
Yeah.
So that's something also worth looking into.
Yeah, because Ronan's just an alias, so the costume's been worn by a lot of people. But I would think he was one of my favorites, honestly, when it was Ronan. But yeah, he was a
Yeah,
good one.
definitely.
So yeah, I mean that's a good one to pick up. Anything with Clint is actually really really good, especially after there's a storyline called House of M, and after that storyline, there's a good thing with him and Scarlet Witch that I really recommend if
Oh
you
yeah,
haven't read that,
yeah.
where he literally goes to hunt down Scarlet Witch to kill her. See, that's why I thought he had a family because I thought it had something to do with his family, but I could be wrong. But I definitely recommend checking that out as well. House of M, which is an old series back in like the early 2000s. Apparently, thanks to the New Warriors were like ancient. Thanks, be negative. So that was like
Right.
decades ago. Um, yeah, I recommend checking those out too if you haven't. But that kind of cuts it for today because we only have a few minutes left. Is there anything you want to like just give a quick one shout out to for comic wise?
Definitely look into Marvel Unlimited. I mean, seriously, it is amazing. It's totally worth the $10 a month. Uh, Honestly, it's a lot more convenient than the Comixology app, which previously I had used. But I would definitely use that and DC Universe. DC Universe has a wide range of not only shows but comics. So
Sounds
that would be my suggestion for this time. Where and you do get a free trial with each. I mean, at
ooh,
the DC, I think they're only like a week long,
yeah,
each way, but it's $10,
which
and
isn't
it's
bad.
totally worth it. And I think DC is like $5. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's
Um,
like 5 or 10 for that one too.
yeah, it's within the 5 and 10 range, but they're definitely something worth subscribing to. So I would definitely look into that
For
as
sure.
far as that goes, and of course, check out our pages.
Yeah, so where
We've
can
got
they find you
pages
guys
and
again?
groups. We are Comics Called Action. We can be found on Facebook, and there is a group and there is a page. And
Ooh.
please,
Yeah,
join either, and we'd be happy to have you.
that's perfect. Well, thank you for being on with me and talking some comic stuff with everybody. And, again, those are some good sites to check out if you want to just check out some news. And you guys do have one more thing, the like a mentor system, right? If somebody wants to try to like get into comics too.
Yes, we do. We actually have a mentor system. People who are experienced in comics are willing to sit down and talk to you about whatever you have questions about, give you suggestions to read. If you have any questions regarding, certain things, everybody has their specialty. Everybody has what they like. And of course, we're all always learning. So we might even learn something new from you.
That sounds like amazing, amazing stuff going on over there, guys. So definitely check them out. And again, I want to thank you for being here, helping me talk about comics. And hopefully next week we'll have someone else from the group or someone else to be able to talk comics with. But I
Yeah.
think for now, Superman will let us, know it's over. So definitely check out Get Your Geek On, guys. Official GYGO on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We're all over there. So check it out, guys. And everyone stay geeky and have a great one.